afternoon. I'm Tom Vassell.
I'm Z Garcia.
I'm Camilla.
I'm Roy Kenning.
I'm Joey Evans.
So today we're doing something different here.
Let's do it.
It's one of our Kickstarter stretch goals, and I've been buying stuff all year for this. Up to today, I bought something
Including
for it.
What'd you buy today? Oh yeah, never mind. I know the answer. It was too long ago.
But finally, I have a use for all these dice we've been sitting on.
Yes. And Dice Towers.
Oh, yes, and dice towers. Okay, so a couple things before we get started here. Actually, a few things because a couple's do. One, we're playing in D&D rules, D&D 5th edition, to some degree. I'm just going to save everyone time now. That's what I'm doing. All right? Don't email me and post in the comments. You actually should be playing this setting, this setting, this setting, this setting. Remember the part where I said I spent money? I'm not spending more money, and I'm not wasting the money I already spent. So we're stuck with D&D. You might say it's the most overrated system in the world. I don't know. It's popular enough for enough people. We're playing D&D. Secondly, we're probably not playing stuff right. So several of us haven't played D&D in
years.
Decades.
Oh, wow.
It's been a long time. I mean, I the last time I played D&D was called Pathfinder.
There's a section there where it was mostly just
Pathfinder was 3.5 D&D for a while, so that was about 10 years ago. And some people here have never played D&D before. We're just playing to have fun. We're not playing in any universe that you've ever heard of. I was going to call it Dice Realms, but I think that's the name of a game.
It is.
So, Vassal Realms is what we're playing in.
No, I'm just kidding.
Will there be a second session? Well, we said there would be more than one session, so there will be at some point.
There'll be what, 4?
The nicer you treat us and be kind to these players, the more we'll do this and see. And if you're here like, where's my board games? Didn't we set RPG in the title? I think we did.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
Are we ready?
Yes.
Let's do this.
Oh, buddy!
As long
All
as
right.
you have fun, you're doing it right.
So let's talk a little bit about. I can't take my glasses off. Let's talk a little bit about the land where we are. So the land that everyone is in is the land of Malgrate. Malgrate is a pretty massive continent. But what's interesting about the continent, and you don't find this to be as unusual because you grew up here, is the continent is a perfect square. All right, it's a perfect square. It's probably 1,000 miles per side, maybe less than that, but it's pretty long per side. But it's a perfect square. But again, that's the way it's been your whole life, and that's the way, according to history, it's been for thousands of years. There's 4 pretty big cities. One is in each corner, and these are the 4 biggest cities in the land. The northeast city is called First Axe. That's a kingdom. King Brad is the leader there. The northwest city is Scoffrey. That's a republic. The southeast city is called Temple Walk. That's where the Hoots, the religious organization, is. It's kind of a religious area there. And then Isonek is the southwest city, and that's run by some secret council. So there's about 12 other large cities scattered across the land, and there's hundreds of small towns and villages. The 4 cities control their regions. They're about the same strength. And a tenuous peace has ruled the land for at least the last decade or so. There's a few monstrous dragons or giant creatures that reign over a few small territories across the land, although they rarely come out and bother the general populace. And there's also a few small nations that are scattered around. They mostly keep to themselves, too. There's the giant Sasquatch Republic, Bigfootopia, the Dwarf Stronghold.
I'm sure that exists.
That's you, right?
Are you sure? I've never seen it.
Bigfootopia.
No,
I've never seen
the
them.
No, the other
I
one,
don't
the
believe
Druid.
that's
no,
real.
hold on.
I've got a
Fancy
picture of
words.
Bigfoot.
Dwarf, aren't you a dwarf?
Why is it blurry, though?
There is a dwarf stronghold under Mount
Every picture is so
Vestralia.
blurry.
So Mount Vestralia is the tallest mountain in the whole kingdom. It's about 10 miles high.
Is there like a map somewhere?
Not
In
yet.
Tom's head.
Not yet. Draw a square and you have the
Okay,
map.
I'm on the top.
You don't need to know this map for now. This is just general principles. There's a dictatorship of golems. That's a weird cult that has wizards and golems servants. There's the Minotaur King, Snow Dungrin, and his militaristic group of 5 cities. And there's more that I'll make up as we go on.
Oh, this is all made up?
Yes.
Oh.
All right,
All
in the very
D&D.
middle.
It's not real?
So in the very middle
What?
of this square, in the very middle of this giant thing, is the Wasted Plains. It's about 200 square miles of various terrain. And we don't actually know what's in it because for the past 1,000 years,
It's been wasted.
there's been a fog, a really thick fog overlaying it.
I thought so.
It didn't stop people from going in, but it was pretty impenetrable. Like, dark vision, nothing really helped with this fog. And hundreds of people who went in never came out. So it's just like a natural barrier. You could go in, but why would you go in there? 2 months ago, over a few days, the fog just dissipated and was gone. And around the same time, multiple reports from the hunter groups that are in the area reported portals that were opening up and strange objects coming out. So this immediately set off a giant treasure. Hunters from all the land, they're going to go seek out their fortune. There's supposed to be dangerous beasts and all kinds of dangers there that didn't stop people. So the 4 major cities, to keep everything calm, immediately convened, and treasure hunting in this area was immediately banished, except by people who were given an official license by the cities. A ranger organization under the leadership of Raven Raven. Raven Raven was a citizen of Temple Walk. He's a raven also. He's a raven. Raven's a class.
Is he a bird?
Yes. Well, not... No. He's a bird-like creature.
Jarnavan.
Anyway, anyway, Raven Raven originally came from Temple Walk, but he's currently a citizen of one of the other regions. So he organized this group here to these rangers to keep people out. So there's a group of rangers, and it's their job to keep people out. And obviously, there's such a border around it; it's so big, they're not stopping people from getting in. But penalties are pretty severe, and the rangers have been given the ability to deal the ultimate penalty if they catch people trying to go into this area. So they're saying, don't go in. So what the cities decided to do, they each were going to send 25 adventurers to go in on an official run for the treasure. So they each had a big lottery in their cities to enter to be one of these 100 adventurers that's going to go in. Each of you entered this lottery, or someone else entered you. You can make up the story of how you got the lottery. And you won. You became a member of a new guild in the land called the Chi-Willikers.
Dork.
No, it says it right here. I can show you later on. Anyway, so the Chi-Willikers, so using great portals. So one of the ways people get around this, there's 7 great portals in the land. 4 of them are in the cities. There's 3 elsewhere. But there's also the great wizard Bill, who's the most powerful human in probably all of the land. He can create one of these portals as a temporary thing. So he created one, and he was also appointed to judge over these adventurers because he has like no affiliation with any city, doesn't care about anything. So everyone, the 25 from each of them, showed up together, and then you found out that there was actually 104 people.
It's on the back of that paper.
Yeah, thanks. So there's 104 people, not done 100. No one knows why there was an error. The Great Wizard Bill, he sputtered, he complains, but no one can figure it out. So what Bill did is he picked 20 groups of 5 each, because there was a rule that the groups had to be in 5, the rule of 5. He used the panel of 4 judges. They kind of went through. They picked everyone. There was 1 from each city. These groups went in. Who were the leftover 4 people? That's y'all.
Yeah.
You were the unlucky people not to be picked in the top 100. So of the top 104 people, adventurers, that are part of the Chi-Williker Guild, you are 101, 102, 103, and 104. So, weeks have passed. The Great Wizard Bill is sitting in the den of Jelly Jug. Jelly Jug is the inn where all this occurred. He's smoking and reading there where the adventurers started out. The judges basically went back to their cities. The crowds of people who came in to watch stuff left because no one has come out of this middle area yet. The 4 of you are being fed adequately by Maxwell Earn. Maxwell is the giant, as all big guy who owns the inn, and his wisp of a daughter, Salise. The wizard said that you're substitutes in case something happens. And then he has ignored you for the past several weeks. He just sits there and smokes and reads. You're bored out of your minds. There's nothing to do here. There's a game of What's Up and Yinch in the room that you can play. And there's a small archery range outside, but there's just not much else going on. So before we go any farther, now it's time to introduce to you all who these people are. People. So who wants to go first?
I'll go first. My name is Auric Stonequake. I am a dwarf, a hill dwarf, and I'm also very rare for my people. I'm a sailor, or I guess I was a sailor. I was in my childhood. I was born in the city of, how do you pronounce it? Isosnik, one of the corner cities there. bustling city. And I also lost my parents when I was very young and was raised by an uncle and an aunt. Very nice, stern but good to me. I have some things I deal with in my head and my personal sort of nightly rests that I don't have to go up into now, but maybe it'll come up later. And I also have a very special token that maybe will come up as well. But yeah, that's me, a dwarf, someone who lives for freedom. I entered because I thought it sounded like my great next adventure. This is certainly very disappointing to be one of the leftovers and trying to make the best of it, but I do value my freedom, and certainly I'm getting to the point where perhaps it's time to move on to the next great thing.
All right, Camille?
I have a question before I go. So.
Okay, well then text it to me.
Yeah, I'm going to text you.
And Roy, go ahead.
I'm a dragonborn, and I appear to use different various forms of magic and things like that. I basically have green scaly skin, and the head sort of looks like a crocodile. But I was orphaned. I've been living on the streets after my brother passed away, which I don't really like to talk about because it's such a hard part of my life, and it kind of wrecked my family. My father left, and my mother passed away as well. So I've been on the streets by myself, and it really kind of is hard on me. So I'm basically trying to pull up the scraps together and figure out ways to avenge the wrongs that have happened in my life. But here I'm trying to figure out how to make the best as I can out of everything, and go on this adventure to maybe find fame or a way to avenge what has happened to me. So,
Okay, my name is Morgosh. I am a half orc, and I grew up with orcs. I grew up in the city of Timblewalk, and when all this happened, the fog lifted. The orcs picked me because I am the smartest of their clan. I mean, I am a half-orc, and I have a very high intelligence. So that is why my intelligence is 7. So
No, you don't say that. You don't say numbers.
but I'm very smart. But anyway, so I am, and I know I'm smart.
Point
What's Joey Evans' intelligence? Half that.
But I did have a priest that was a friend that did also give me a small coin that I always carry with me. Not because I want to, but because I can't get rid of it.
All right.
Interesting.
All right, Camille.
All right, my name is Oriana, and I am a druid or an elf. I forget which one.
You're an elf.
That is
That is a
also
druid.
that identifies as a druid.
No.
This is where
So elf is your race.
Oh,
And
yeah.
druid is your thing you study.
It's like a job,
Like
almost.
a job, basically.
Oh, all right. I'm an elf who practices druidism.
Yes.
And okay. And I grew up in First Axe. I was raised by my grandfather. When I was 13, he passed away suddenly, and that was very hard for me. So from there, I started living on the streets, actually, and then became quite street savvy and had to pave my own way growing
from the
up in
streets,
First.
too?
I'm from the streets. I
we're all
am.
from the streets.
From the streets.
If you're from the streets, you have a better chance of becoming an adventurer.
Yes,
That's just the way
right.
it is.
So
True.
I am.
Yeah.
I have a lot of survival. I fight for what I want, and I have a strong sense of justice and sticking up for those that I am loyal to. I have a coin that you might see me carrying around that I am very interested in, and I will also hurt you if you try to touch it or steal it. So I would highly recommend leaving my coin alone.
That's a great segue. All right. Today is like any other day. Boring. However, so you're all sitting around doing various things. Maybe 2 of you are playing a game. Maybe 1 of you is eating like normal.
I'm reading a book.
Yeah, you're reading.
Upside down.
Upside down. A picture book.
So anyway, Frosho bursts into the room. So Frosho is a really nice, very knowledgeable young man that you've ever met. He's very energetic, nice, smart to a fault. He's also engaged to Salis, the daughter of the innkeeper.
The willowy one?
Anyway,
Wispy daughter, yeah.
Wispy. Not
Wispy.
willowy.
Wispy.
Sorry.
He
Didn't mean to offend.
comes in and he's dragging this young boy who's kicking and screaming. And a ranger, one of the rangers who patrol in the area, walks in the room and crosses his arms. And so the boy is just shouting up a storm, and Frosier's like, shut up. And he says, shut up, Poodles. So the name of this kid is Poodles. No one makes fun of Z. Well, maybe they do. You shouldn't.
Yeah, some people do.
Don't make fun of people's names. Anyway, he says, show him what you have. So what Poodles does is he throws a small sack onto the table, and bursting out of it are these coins,
Yes!
which are not
Props.
small, like what Joey said. But
Are they rubber?
Dibs. Oh.
And Frosio says, I'm pretty sure these are yours because I've seen at least 2 of you messing with them as time goes by. So they're for you guys. Take them back. Whatever coin is yours.
Oh, wait.
Are you just randomly taking a coin?
No, I took the one that has the skulls on it.
Okay.
Why?
Did you look at the other side?
No.
Well, look at the other. You have 2-sided coins.
Oh.
Wait, which one's yours?
I don't know yet. Oh, this one. I like the skulls.
Your paper.
No, you have
Your paper literally tells you
me?
which
It
coin
tells
is
I have
yours.
a
Where did
coin.
it say that?
We all have a coin.
I have a coin. Oh, my paper says it.
Yeah, this is my
Oh.
coin.
Boom. It does.
Oh, how do I know?
You should describe the coin.
Oh,
I'm pretty sure yours is the silver one.
this one's definitely mine.
Joey, here's your coin.
Is that correct? Do you have the right coin?
This is mine.
This coin that you've had your whole life and you
Yes.
cannot forget.
I will always remember this coin.
All right.
Oh,
As you are
please.
attempting to make these coins disappear, suddenly out of his slumber, Great Wizard Bill is like, what are those? He wants to see them now. He asks you if you'll show him the coins.
Yeah, I'll show you the
Sleight of
coin.
hand. Whoosh,
Nope.
in my pocket.
I say, what coin? Bye.
I'll show him the coin.
He kind of grumbles a bit, like I literally just saw what happened here, and Frosho's like, I just saw her put it in her pocket.
How did you get the coins in the first place? This has been mine in my family this entire time.
Are you asking Poodles?
Yeah, whoever had the coins in a bag.
Poodles is like, well, you see, I found them under your pillows, and I didn't think you'd miss them.
All right.
Okay.
Well, smack him in the head a little bit.
Up. Let's,
He lets out a yelp of,
let's roll for
And then I'm
initiative.
gonna show-
and one solitary tear
I was say,
drifts
I
down
don't-
his
He's
face.
fine.
I'm going to tell the wizard, I don't understand why you're questioning us when he's the one who's thieving from us.
The wizard's like, I don't care about the theft.
I'm showing him the coin. I'm showing the wizard the coin.
The wizard says, this is a very powerful artifact. Where did you get it?
Well, I've
Let me look at the notes.
found it in a
This was
This one time I just
mine was given to me by a priest.
The wizard, he sits there and he mumbles and he mutters into his beard for a pretty long time. And finally he's like, I think you guys should go in as a party into the land as one of the adventurous parties. If you have these, you're definitely worthy, but I want you to come back and tell me what happens after you go in. He says, here's the problem, says the wizard in a wizardly gravelly voice. He says, the rule is 5. You need 5 people to get in the land.
Morgash counsels 2. Okay.
Everyone in the room pretends to not hear you.
We need 5.
I said loud.
we need 5.
Poodles is like, I'll go.
Quiet,
I'll help you
Poodle.
all.
No poodles.
I don't trust
No.
poodles. Worth any.
What about Wispy Daughter? How strong does she look?
Well, if we're using
You're coming a
numbers,
little bit creepy.
she looks like a 6.
I have primal
Okay, then no.
savagery. I could convince him.
What about the wizard? Will the wizard come with us?
The wizard is like, no,
He's impartial.
I'm not going in there.
Who else is in the town?
He's the most powerful wizard of the land. He's right now. There's the ranger that came in. There's the
Pass.
Maxwell the guy
Ern?
running.
The barkeep?
Maxwell Earn is his name.
Oh,
His daughter is sitting there. She's cooking in the background. And then there's Frosho, the guy who dragged in the kid.
the willowy girl could come as a cook.
I want to ask the wizard, if you know so much about these coins, why are they so important? Like, is there anything more you can tell us about where they came from?
He's like, I don't know why. Then he just he mutters off and
Most powerful wizard in the land? Okay.
a lightning bolt comes through the ceiling. smashing through and burning a chair to a crisp. And he cocks one eye at you as if inviting you to make further disparity. And this is not a thing. Like, in the land, everyone knows the Great Wizard Bill. He is the most powerful wizard anyone's ever heard of. It's been rumored he fought a dragon by himself. Rumored.
Okay, does he want to come with us?
No, he won't. I already asked him.
How big's the barkeep? This is a big.
Barkeep's a big guy. Like a big, beefy guy. Like, he looks a lot like you. In fact, he looks like he could do your job.
No one does
Do you feel
Morgosh's job.
I mean, I think
Well,
we could
barkeep.
see if the
Barkeeps are big bouncers.
or the one that she could come and she could cook. She might be baggage though.
You are only thinking about the.
I
it's
don't like
the
The
I
Rangers,
don't
while
want
you're
to cook
discussing
myself.
this, the Ranger says, what do you want me to do with this kid?
What kid?
The kid.
Poodles.
Oh, take him out back and
Beat him to death.
invite him to go.
Actions have consequences.
Well, we know the alignment.
Okay. What do we do with the kid? Let's just take the kid with us then. Can we take him? as
Oh,
well?
Why?
No.
What?
That's the
We're
opposite
gonna-
of what we want to do.
We're gonna babysit.
Poodles like,
No, it won't last long. It'll be fine.
well, while you're talking about this, a
gonna wait
frazzled-haired woman bursts into the room, Jezebeth, and Jezebeth's like, well, she doesn't say Jezebeth, but her name is Jezebeth. I'm sorry, I should have told you that. She's like, where have you been? And she grabs Poodle by the hair and says, what has he done this time?
He stole our coins.
Poodle looks at you betrayed.
I don't care. Yeah, I'm glad he didn't. He just be happy he didn't get smacked again.
She starts smacking him and wailing on him and dragging him out of the room, and he's like, nah, Mom! And the Ranger kind of lets her pass.
We're not
He
gonna
follows
stick
her
up
out.
for him.
Why? No, he stole
She's
our
like
coins.
beating him.
I've never.
Not
kid.
beating him. Think more like cuffing him. It's not like a vicious beating.
It's fine. He's fine. It's his mom.
What about the
all right,
Ranger?
Ranger.
All right, fine. Sounds
Let's
like we're
talk to
supposed to
this
take the
Ranger.
Ranger says,
and find out.
I'm not coming. I have a job to do, and disappears.
Will anyone in this inn join us on a
Yes.
grand quest?
We ask for volunteers. Who volunteers?
Frosho, the guy who dragged him in, says, I'm not very useful, but I like exploring.
What can you do?
We say, are there any
He's
other
like, I
options?
practice healing. He's a cleric.
Oh.
He says, I know a little bit about everything. And then he starts going off on a very long dissertation about a religion that was found in an ancient church nearby.
So we talk
It's
to
really,
him.
really a little,
I stop
it's a little
him
boring.
and I say I plan on needing to be healed a lot. So if he can heal, so.
Joey says, yes, please.
Do we want to take him?
Is that the only option? Nobody else
What
stood
is
up to
he?
volunteer?
There's a couple stragglers
Is he
sitting at a
human?
nearby table. One of them's drunk out of his gourd. The other, I don't know, you
Sounds
could
fun.
ask
Ooh,
him.
drunken
But
monk.
we asked for volunteers. This is the only one that volunteered.
He is the only one who
What is he?
volunteered
Human?
currently.
Elf?
Yeah, what
The
is it?
blacksmith says, I would love to come, but someone needs to, not
is
blacksmith,
this?
the innkeeper, someone needs to run the inn.
What is the cleric? Is he human? Elf?
Oh, Poodle's offered to come. Huh?
What is the cleric? Human? Elf? Dwarf?
Oh, he's a human.
Human.
He's
I
a real
think-
thin human. He's about, I actually have a description of him. He's 6'4". He's 150 pounds about, super skinny,
Goodness.
has spectacles, the very depiction of a nerd from the 1980s.
Okay, pocket
Anyone
protector.
who's in
Are
a
you
hipster
describing
religion.
yourself?
Okay.
All right.
I said 150
Probably
pounds
gonna
to
kill
go.
you.
In the 80s.
Cleric's nice.
I think cleric is
You think
kind
so,
of the way
cleric?
to go.
He won't bother us. He'll just heal us.
All right, I would have taken Poodles. I think stuck up for the little buddy.
He's super excited. He runs up to his room. He's like, I got my stuff.
Yeah, let's take him. Let's see what
take
can
him.
happen.
What's his name again?
Who is this?
Frosho.
Frosho.
Folks.
Frosho.
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 Like
Actually,
Froyo,
All right.
but Frosho.
his name is Frosho Birdfriend.
Frosho, no thank you.
Frosho bird friend.
Does it like birds or something?
So how
Or
close are we
is
to
that a
this
family
middle place we have to walk into?
Oh, it's right outside. So basically,
Oh,
there's a
convenient.
no. It's not. It is convenient because
yeah.
around this whole thing, there's a rope. So when people came and they couldn't go into the fog, they built a path all the way around it because people are still coming from the four cities and going. So there's a path that goes around it. This just happens to be one of those on that path, and so it just happened to be where travelers would stop. It wasn't very busy. It's busy. Well, it was busy for a brief moment till they banned treasure hunting.
Okay.
Okay.
All right, so some time goes by. I'm assuming you all get geared up. The wizard says, let me bless you. He stands up and he goes, "Mom, mom, mom, mom," and sits back down. He blows his nose in a handkerchief and throws it. And there's a very, very, very sad moment where Solis hugs Frosho and says, "Don't go," and she's weeping and
That's right, they
wailing.
were engaged.
They are engaged. The engagement has not yet been broken.
He's not gonna make
All right.
it.
And I
He's a
have
dollar.
I have no time for this. I want to get treasure, so I grab him and say, "Let's go, Fresca," and I start taking him out the door. And just stop the embrace.
Let's go, Fresca.
We gotta get going.
All right.
I don't understand these human sentiments, you know?
So speaking of that, just as a general rule of the kingdom is pretty. Different areas might be more racist than others against certain species and stuff.
Druids?
But for the most part,
Fair enough.
people are accepted whatever their species is. Some places don't like the dragonborn, but humans are by far the most populous. There are more humans probably than all the other ones put together.
Okay.
Gross.
Well, it is what it is. So you go outside and there's a path a walked path, but also underneath it looks like old cobblestones from millennia ago, possibly old stuff that leads into this. There's no directions. When they went over the rules of the contest with you, they said that they don't know anything about this. There could be all sorts of terrain in there. It has not ever been mapped out. They can't give you any guidance of where to go or what to do. And when the people went in, they sent them in groups. They sent them in hour intervals. First group, second group. It was drawn by lots. You are group 26. 21. Since you're groups of 5, sorry. You're group 21.
Okay.
And so you're going down the path, and, well, I mean, I just assume you're going to walk down the path. So Frosho's like, "Oh, this is so exciting. This is the most exciting thing I've ever done in my life.
Well,
mostly
walk
spent my
up
time."
ahead then if you're so excited.
Is
So
there
you want him
anything-
walking in the front?
Is there
Yeah.
anything particular like we're supposed to be looking for that we know, or like what they said? Or
They said you're looking for artifacts, you're looking for treasure. Anything that you find is to be reported to the committee to come back.
I hate the fact that, like, why are we letting the government?
You will be well rewarded with money for these things. Also, the fame of being in this, they said, you do this, you get your foot in the door.
But then we're like
not always about
beholden
the
to
money.
them. But then we're like beholden to them. Like they're using us.
Exactly.
Well, now's a little late
Now
to be
you
thinking
get it.
about these options
No,
here.
now we're free of it. We're not stuck in their thing for like 2 weeks. We've
Are you
been
saying this stuff
bogged
out
up.
loud?
No, we need to bring back information.
Is Frizzle
Alright.
Frizzlebot like listening to us? He's gonna
Fro
tap
show?
on us.
Alright,
Is,
so we need-
like,
So
is he like our?
Fizzlebot! I will write that down for a future name.
All right, so
Frosho is actually, when you're talking about that stuff, he honestly isn't really paying attention.
Okay.
He's like, he's seeing flowers and he's writing stuff down. He's constantly writing down all the new things he sees because this is all new and interesting to him. So for a while you walk and there's just nice grass and bushes, but I
He's kind
assume
of
while
like
you're walking you're having
he's
this
the narc.
conversation. Roy, do you have any other
how much is
seditious
he,
things you're saying?
How much is
No,
he
I'm trying
watching
to
us?
understand what's going on.
He doesn't watch you any more than normal. He's just kind of looking.
Like is he looking at the flower, but like
No, he's not. He seems completely guileless. In fact, you guys have known him now for the past 4 weeks as you've been going around, and he plays you in the games. He always has won.
Okay, so
Anytime
we
he's
know
played
him.
you in those games, he
That
has
doesn't
always
help his
won.
case.
But he's almost always reading a book. But he
smart.
doesn't seem to be worldly wise.
Okay.
Sally's is the
smart,
only
she's
girl
not
he's
street
ever dated.
okay, good catch. All right,
Why did it take him so long?
He's 19.
His question remains.
It's like barely hatched in my eyes, you know? Like dragon eggs can be around for like 19 years.
Is there anything we can see in the distance all around us? Or is this pretty flat plain?
There's some trees. It's starting to get, as you're walking, it starts getting a little bit more wooded, but you're not in woods per se.
Okay.
At some point, you come across a pile of bones there, some human bones in front of you, or some humanoid bones.
Now, before we go, I want to volunteer myself to the group to be the note taker and map creator. Just
No,
to bring
absolutely
it back.
not. 100% no.
I
Need paper. I have a memory. I
while
can
they're
remember
while they're
everything.
arguing over the map, I want to try to see if I can like see what kind of bones they are. Like if I can see what sort of animal or what human.
Do your
or what
thing,
kind of
Wiz.
creature. I mean,
Okay.
I'm not that great at it.
What's everybody, by
trying to
the
do
way?
insight, I guess.
I'm a bard. I don't think we've actually said what our.
No.
Well, you said druid. I'm a bard.
Druid.
I
Fighter.
study magic.
Fighter and magic
Yeah,
is
I
your
like
thing, right?
Yeah, we have like
Oh,
names
sorry.
for this stuff, or
What do you mean?
what do you
Texting.
mean? what is a bard? You just singing stuff, or
Yeah.
okay?
Okay, Roy,
That's what I
if
do.
you're checking out those bones, you need to make an insight check.
Okay, good, because that's what I wanted to make. Because I'm a little bit better at that. I'm trained in insight. 17
Jeez.
plus 3 is a 20.
Okay.
It's bones.
All right. Well, I'm gonna let Roy go first here for a second here.
Okay.
You realize that the bones are not dead. Dang it!
Was necromancer.
That is pretty
a class?
I tell the party I have made a note of
20
the
is
bones.
pretty dang high, by the way.
Just so everybody knows.
Why are you? I'm confused by this.
We have to report back. Remember.
Why would you want to report back? Like,
You know you need to be our muscle, right?
you didn't even get picked to
I
go
can
on
be
this.
both.
I don't
You
think
got
you're
in on the
dumb enough to
technicality.
think you're
All right.
smart.
So Roy, these are obviously not new bones. These look like fossilized bones almost, like they've been here for a million years.
So pre.
You're pretty sure by looking at these that these are not the bones of like one of the 20 parties that went in before you.
Gotcha. Can I tell what like life form it was from?
You can't because they're kind of mixed up. There's not a decent amount of them. It's like something was used this as a feeding area for a
Are
while, but
there
this also
any-
looks a long
is there-
time ago.
All right, so something is-
Dragonborn-ish.
No, you don't see any of that.
Okay, good.
But you also recognize that some of the skeletons you wouldn't be able to say what race they were. Maybe it's a race you haven't met before.
So what else is around?
yeah.
Any caves? Anything that could be living?
I find this fascinating, but I'm going to keep going down the path I'm going straight.
All right,
for a
so
little
what I
bit.
need everyone to do right now is make a perception check.
Okay.
From the top, what does that mean?
So you look here. You'll have one that says perception, which
Yep,
is
plus 5.
yeah. I
So
actually
what do I
rolled
do?
really high.
don't
Where
see
is
a
my
perception.
perception? Yeah, you're good at perception.
What number do I use?
I
for
actually
these?
got a 19.
What die do I
Man,
I don't
you guys
know.
going.
Oh,
Perception.
you always,
It
whenever I
always
say
is
check,
20.
it's always a 20-sided die.
So it's a 20-sided die, and then you add that
Where's
number.
my perception?
That one.
Yep.
Thank you.
So I got 19.
Hey Roy, what class are you?
I am a
16. I have 21.
Sorcerer.
sorcerer,
You're looking at the wrong
but
chart.
I'm a
thing.
magic user because we're not talking
Skills.
about
Oh, you wanna look at
all
skills, the
those
skills one.
semantics.
There you go.
I got a 21, Tom.
21. Well,
Oh,
then
jeez. I got an 8.
I got a 6.
that's fine.
What?
That's fine.
Well, one person has to notice, right?
It doesn't matter. Camilla and Roy both here before
Thank you.
that. Running down the path towards you is a Habya. So it looks like this picture here, okay? Except
ever
it's
seen
not wearing the
Habya?
robe.
Yeah.
Oh,
Make it hard,
buddy.
Yeah.
It's that kind of D&D.
It's muttering gibberish. It looks like you're having a hard time by looking at it, determining whether or not it's sentient or if it's just a
Have
a
we
beast
ever
creature.
seen a Habya in our life before?
You have not. So
No.
for you, it's just called a. Well, actually, you know
There's
it's a
some-
Habya because Frosho says it's a Habya.
Frosho knows Fosho.
Frosho starts talking about how he's like, one of these came out. It was 4 years ago, and he starts explaining this story. Meanwhile, this thing's running at you at
But are they
breakneck
friendly?
speed. This thing's running at you at breakneck speed, and it's holding
Right.
sharp sticks
Okay, it doesn't look friendly.
to stab you.
It's a creature?
He's screaming in anger and enragement. So let's roll
language?
for initiative
I was
here.
gonna say, I'm prepping
What is-
to.
Everyone roll for
Fireball
initiative.
within
This is
the
where you roll
face.
20-sided die and you'll add your
And by
initiative
fireball, I mean-
score.
I'm really bad at this. I got a 7.
Ooh. Where's my initiative at? 2? I'm at 7.
And you had plus 2, yeah.
17.
Ooh.
The dwarf jumped up. He heard
Okay,
that there was a
17.
Habya.
And what did you get, Joey?
9.
9. And what did you get, Camilla?
7.
Okay, Roy?
7 also. But her initiative's higher than mine, so she goes before me.
Oh yeah.
Why are you
We need
last?
one of these for Frosho.
Wait, what are you?
I'm Oriana.
I'm 9, so I should.
You should be. He should be closer to Habya.
Oh, yeah, sorry, you two are last, right?
Yes. Good.
All right.
I just wanted to make sure he was an enemy before I blew him
I
up.
thought I
You
had
know.
something I
I have to
I
reserve
agree.
my
I don't know.
power.
Are we sure he's an enemy?
He's coming at us with pointy sticks, but I'll
What?
let you guys stand in the front while he comes at me with the pointy sticks.
What language is he
I can
speaking?
can
Is
I?
it-
Oh,
Screaming?
as a small aside here, if you're watching, I'm not going to use almost any D&D monsters so that no one can tell me I'm playing it wrong.
Oh, I go. So this is
I
like
am a
the
half-orc,
order of
yes.
which we choose to do
Yeah,
something
I'm here.
in.
Yeah.
So yeah, so we're going to go in order. So
That's neat.
Z's going to go first, and
Yeah.
we'll just go through in order, and that's how initiative works. We'll keep going through until this encounter is over, and then
When
and
it
then we
gets
go back
me-
to kind of just free flow.
If we can just get to me, I can entangle him so we can question him. instead of attacking him. But
Fine. I'm gonna grab my coin.
What does yours do?
I'm gonna rub the X side of my coin,
This is. Wow.
and a random food item appears.
Oh my word.
Oh!
What appears?
Hang on. It's a piece of cheese.
Oh, I was hoping for Swedish
Is it good
fish.
cheese? Like
And
the
I-
German cheese that we got?
I offer it to him.
It doesn't seem to be working. He's still running at you, screaming and yelling.
Oh, wow, he doesn't even get to persuade or negotiate with this thing at all.
Oh yeah, that's true. Roll a persuasion check.
Okay, here we go. Persuasion.
Persuade him to eat the cheese. I see. That was
Persuasion.
You are pretty charismatic. He's like, that is one
I
fine
don't know
looking
what
dwarf
that
with a
is.
fine looking piece of
Skills.
cheese.
Persuasion.
That's one of them.
Per-
It's in there.
Perform. Oh, there it is.
Dang it.
That's
Did
pretty
you
bad.
buy those dice?
11.
Those are nice looking dice.
Now, he's getting close to Frosho because you said specifically that Frosho was in the front of the party. You told him to walk ahead, right?
Yeah, I did.
Okay. He's ignoring your cheese, sorry.
Okay.
All right.
Okay, next is Hob the Hobya. So he runs up to Frosho and he's going to swing at him with one of those
No.
sticks. He rolled a natural 20.
Fabio, no! Fabio took
And
it.
then
You don't
were-
tell us that, man.
No, I tell you when a natural 20 happens. That's just the way it is. Okay,
Is that which limb did he lose?
he did not lose a limb. He just stabs Frosho in the arm and a lot of blood starts coming
Can
out.
he heal himself?
Well, it is
Frodo.
Frosho's turn. He starts whimpering a bit, but he
Sucker.
does whip out this little healing potion that he had in his backpack, and he drinks it, and he seems to be feeling a lot better now. And he turns around and starts running towards you all.
That's fine.
Got it. All right, he's good.
All right, more
We're in the
gash.
front from
All
now
right.
What are
on.
you gonna do?
I just say, get behind me, Frosty. And then I pick up my
Frosho,
long
like
sword.
my name is Frosho, bird friend.
I don't even listen to him. I know what his name is. All right, I grab my great sword and I run toward. I assume he's still running at us, right?
You're close enough to.
All right, I'm gonna roll. I've not been doing good at this, by the way. Hey,
Oh!
18 plus 6, that'll be a 24.
Roll for damage.
Ooh, buddy. 2d6. I need another d6. Should have thought that ahead. All right, here we go.
Yeah, you should have.
All right.
Oh!
10 plus
10.
4, that's 14. And then we're doing the
Okay.
face.
Now you decapitate the creature.
Yeah.
14.
Are we sure he wasn't friendly? I
Yes,
mean,
I said
he
let
could
me
have been
entangle
friendly.
him.
I just.
Oh, you're so
You could have questioned him about his hobby life.
Yeah.
All right. Well, while you're all shouting at Joey that maybe he shouldn't have swung a sword at the creature who just stabbed
Well,
Frosho with a
I mean,
stick.
I was considering stabbing Frosho.
You
so,
hear,
I mean,
you hear a bunch of similar screams and yells, and you look, and nearby from a thicket of trees, 8 more of these things are heading towards
Eight?
you.
There's a
Frosho's
lot.
children or mob dogs.
Do they look the same?
Oh, geez.
They're the same,
Okay.
and they're also running towards you with
Are they
sharp
also in
sticks
the nude?
and stuff.
Okay.
And
Well,
no
they're
one's-
genderless nude.
Yeah, that's fine.
hey, Morgosh,
Barbie.
you got one. You got the
Barbie
rest of
style.
them. We'll just hang out over here.
All right, well, I'm telling Frosho to hang out in the back. I'm giving him the cheese. Here you go. Snack on that.
Frosho's like,
Are we still
where
in
did this cheese
initiative,
come
or
from? This isn't
just-
as he says. Is it from the New Fog region? Maybe.
It's from a foreign land you haven't heard of. It's delectable. Go ahead and snack on that and hang in the back.
He happily sits down, pulls a book out, and starts eating the cheese.
I think it's
my
okay for him
gosh.
to do that. He's not really going to be helping us in this fight.
Are we still
No,
this
I think
same
he's
one
worthless.
here?
They're about 75 feet away from you guys. They're still pretty far.
Are they
Are we
saying
still
anything?
following this?
It's unintelligible.
Are we still in initiative?
Are we still in this?
Well, I want to know what you guys are doing first. Are you gonna?
Well, I know what I'm doing once I get close. Once they get close enough to me, I'm about to thunder wave these fools.
Oh, I have Thunder Wave too. Stolen. I can
Well,
also.
I want to tell everyone that he tripped.
I also have this special Mask of the Wind. It says we can attempt to hide. Do we want to hide from them?
You're in the middle of the path.
It doesn't matter. It says even when you're only lightly obscured.
Does it hide everyone or just you?
I thought it said everyone in the party, but I did this very confusingly. I don't. I'll have to go back in and look.
I think we could just fight.
do
Also, it
that.
doesn't sound like we're near like a thicket or anything.
No, it sounds
I
like.
mean,
As you're discussing this, an arrow hits one of them in the back of the head.
Frodo. Oh no.
Oh.
Okay.
Them in the back of the head.
Oh.
Take taking him down. The rest turn, and from the copse of trees that's sitting there, you see a small party of 5 people come out. And when they see that, these guys all like screaming and yell at each other. Ah! It sounds very, it sounds very similar to mom and dad fighting. And then they all run the opposite direction from that party and you, and they're running off in the distance. The party of 5 individuals approaches you cautiously.
Oh man, this poor Hobbyoz.
Taking that cheese back. No,
How
I'm
many-
good.
how long have they been in-
As the party approaches, you actually recognize a couple of them. If you did any mingling in the
one of the
pre-adventure night,
Yeah.
there was a.
Okay.
I don't know which of you went to the.
I was there. It was a good night.
The party beforehand.
It was a good night.
Because a couple people the next day were wasted after that party.
Correct.
So
Made my
they
ancestors proud.
come up to you. There is a tiefling, a cardinal, which is a race that looks like an American cardinal,
Like a
but
bird?
like a big
Bird-like.
bird, like a big.
What am I saying?
It's offensive to call them birds. They're not birds. They're bird-like.
Like.
I don't. Never mind.
He's just being silly.
Oh.
Yes, just a clarification. Everything here is silly.
Everything here is silly.
An orc, not a half orc. An orc.
Probably.
A human and 2 humans. So they come up and you recognize one of the humans because he's just he's like impossibly good looks,
I shout
blonde
out.
looks, and he's like, "How are you all doing?"
I say, "How the adventuring going? You guys have been here for a while. Have you found anything?"
They're like, "Yes, we got an artifact." So his name is John Ice, and he comes and he shows this artifact and what it looks like, and they can't figure out what it is, but it has a faint glow to it. And it looks like a dagger, except the end isn't very sharp. It looks like maybe an awl, A-W-L. Maybe you could stick it in something, but you haven't seen a device like this before, really.
I say, "I know magic. Would you like me to take a look at it for you?"
He's like, no, this is ours. Show me what you guys got.
I hold up the head of the little hobby that we just had, and we just say, we found this as soon as we got here.
I'm like,
I
"Dude,
like
did
that.
you know they
I like that.
overbooked us? Like the government can't get anything right here."
John Ice says, I don't know anything about that. Bo Ring is the leader of this party. Red hair. Huh?
I like Boring. How's he talk?
He says,
How's
Oh,
he-
Ray.
He says, listen,
I like
listen,
Bo.
we're not really, the parties are not really supposed to fraternize, but, there's a bunch of these creatures here. Frocio says, they're called Hobyas. And
Eat your cheese.
Can we ask Froyo for some information about them? Like,
Frodo. You all will not call by his name. Frocio.
We guarantee we will never call him Frocio.
yeah, I feel like we need some more information about these creatures.
Frocio says, I don't really know more. One came out of the fog years ago, and it killed a couple of people in the village, and we had to
You
put
could
it
have
down.
led with that.
Okay, so
Frozio's like,
we
well,
know they're bad.
now we know more. We know they don't like cheese.
This is why we
It's
don't
true.
come out of eggs until at least way past 19. You're obviously underdeveloped.
Hold on, Talk. Doesn't like cheese. This is going to be important later.
Anyway, the rest of the party says, "Hey, there's some we saw some houses down the road here. Maybe we can rest there for the night because it is getting into the evening hours there. And just so you know who these people are, there's Felnor, a female tiefling ranger, Grow, a female cardinal priest from the Hoots, Squizex, and he's an orc barbarian, John Ice, a human paladin, and Bo Ring, he's a human rogue. He's the leader of the party. And he's like, you guys can join us, you don't have to, but there'll be safety in numbers if we stay in these
So we
houses.
can join them, or we can fight them and take the artifact, right?
It's a
Is
little
that what we're
weird.
looking at?
It's a little weird that the cardinal is a female when normally robins and the birds are the females and the cardinals are the males. It's kind of weird, right?
What he's saying is confusing to you because I don't know what the word robin means because there are no robins in this land.
Yes.
But they're not birds, of course they're not.
Beat him
birds.
down.
Not bird, no.
Put him in his place.
All right, so they
I said that quietly to him, sort of.
I'm sorry.
So they want us to go with them. Do we want to go with them?
to the town to rest.
Right. I'm pretty sure we're gonna get beat up.
I mean, I'm all.
because that's what I would
in.
do.
But they have an artifact that we don't have.
Maybe I should be playing with alignments here.
I say go with it.
We're not playing with alignments, by the way.
I haven't done anything to show. I mean,
They did kill those creatures who were about to ambush us.
This is true.
They could have just let those creatures attack us.
a little bit of goodwill they've got.
But why
And
would they do
then-
that? Why?
Because they would wear us down, and then they can come in and clean up.
True.
Just as a heads up, so in case we're confused, because it sounds like we're slightly confused here, this adventuring thing in here was not meant to be Hunger Games.
Oh. Yeah,
people are
we're on
there-
the total wrong page.
I'm pretty sure it's like first to
We
win.
can always try to do insight
No,
and see if they're
it was
lying to us.
it was
right?
to go and find artifacts, but it was more of a contest of think baseball, not Hunger Games.
But they have what I want
Feels
and
like Hunger
need in
Games.
order to get on the government's good side before they backstab me.
I'm more thinking like we can use it. to,
Yes, I
like,
didn't realize you were
slay
playing an
things.
evil character, but okay.
No, I'm not. I'm playing street smart.
Can I?
That's not what that means.
Can I do an insight check to see if like I get a vibe that they're trying to like do ill will towards us?
Who has the highest
That's
insight?
Okay, yeah. You roll an insight
What's
check.
your insight?
My
Probably
insight.
not very much.
Who are you
I'm
rolling?
'cause
Roy,
I'm good
who are
at
you
it.
rolling it on? Which one?
The guy who was telling us to go to the house or whatever.
Bow ring?
Bow ring.
Wait, I have high insight.
Well, I have great. I got 10.
Well, he seems honest
to
enough.
me.
You remember, Roy, the night before, he sat and told you the history of the land he came from in excruciating detail. And at the end, basically, his long story was him telling you how he bought this sword for 2 gold coins cheaper than the price that the merchant asked it. He was very proud of that fact.
So he's Jason.
This guy is super frugal, but other than that, I mean,
I think it's fine to stay with these guys. We'll keep
I
watch.
normally don't trust anybody, but I don't really sense that he's gonna get any ill will from this guy. So I don't know why.
Again, we
they
can
lied
always
to
keep
us.
watch.
Did the intuition that I felt earlier, did that like count as the one?
No, you would have to roll it again. What intuition? That you
You mean the
Remember?
perception?
Oh, no, nothing
that
has
was just
changed.
saying-
Nothing.
So
Nothing
let's
has
just carry
changed.
on with them, but keep our distance.
But that did count as the one.
Yes.
Okay.
All right, let's do it. I'm okay.
Okay, so
Okay.
as you walk together in wary groups,
Who's holding?
they're not wary of you, by the way. They are treating you like you're fine.
We just got here.
Of course
I know, but
not.
they're not looking at you suspiciously, and you don't hear anyone there mumbling, "Hey, maybe we should stab them. It's not evil, just street smarts."
who's holding-
You don't hear any of that. You don't hear any of that amongst them.
Who's holding the awe or whatever, the little dagger thing?
That was John Ice had it. He has put it away.
How much does he weigh? How tall is he?
He's like a 6-foot big guy wearing full plate armor. He's a
They
paladin.
give
All
it
right.
to the big guy who's all like
I know.
lawful good and stuff. Like
As you
that.
get closer to these group of houses that's up ahead, they seem really old. There's one stone building that's standing, but the rest are either burned or broken. There's like a few things. There's one that's in the back that's partially standing, but the one that's stone, you hear crying coming from inside it.
Nope.
The poodles.
Nope.
I think we should go the other way. I don't trust this town. I think we should keep going on the path on our own.
Well, while you're saying this, John Ice has already started off in full gallop. He's like, I must rescue these people.
That's 'cause of-
I say I will hold your all.
That man I trust.
Oh. Okay, he's running towards it.
Oh, we need some goodwill. We're gonna help him.
Yeah, we can just watch him fight again. That's kind of what we did last time.
Yeah, I'm letting him go in there and see what happens.
All right, so the rest of his party is joining him, and they're trying. The House of Stone, they cannot get through this door. He's like, the door is locked. So Bowring, who is a rogue, is sitting there messing with the lock, and it's been going on for 10 minutes. And they hear multiple crying. It sounds like children.
All right. I come
With a
up.
bit of mooing.
They let the cow children out.
I come up and I've got my coin, and if I rub the castle side, it turns into a key.
Are you explaining this to everybody?
I'm telling my people. I rub my castle side, turns into a key, and I slowly walk up and I unlock the door.
So we are
That's what
going
we
with
did.
him into the city. Or we're just
Okay.
opening the gate for them.
I
When
just
you
heard
unlock the
crying
door-
children. Crying children got me.
You're a sucker.
When you unlock the door, the other party is ready with their weapons and such. And John
Open the door from the side, by the
opens
way.
the door,
Like-
and 3 little Minotaur children like fall out, and they're just crying and wailing and speaking. Well, does anyone here speak Minotaur?
No.
No.
Not in the game, no.
So they're crying and wailing, and they look at you, and they're like looking for someone to run to. They see one of them hugs your leg. One of them's hugging John Ice because he looks nice. They seem a little bit afraid
John
of Grow,
looks nice.
because he's a big cardinal bird-like creature.
Makes sense.
So
We asked them where their parents are.
they don't understand you at all,
We say it louder.
and slower.
Where is Mama? Mama.
Oh, the movie! Yes, there it is. Now they get it.
Well, it looks like their adventuring party now has a mission to try to find the parents.
So
Okay.
while you guys are talking about this, the other party goes in the house and they're searching around and they're like, "There's nothing in here." The Minotaur kids are not really keen on going back into the house. John Ice comes out and says everything looks fine. I think this will give us a shelter for the night. There's a bit of a drizzle of rain coming down. They're like, we could stay here for the night. We'll put up a couple of guards. Our party will take first watch if you want, and we can rest here.
No, we're putting up a guard as well.
I think we should
Yeah,
split
yeah.
one
You're staying
one.
up?
Oh,
Thanks for volunteering. You take first watch.
I will. All
I gotta
right.
say, I'm not even
I'm up.
hurt. I'm not even tired. We just got here.
I'm
Okay,
still
the Minotaur
walking.
children seem that they want to sleep outside the building.
They can go sleep in the woods. That's fine.
That's yeah. Well, who am I doing guard with? The cardinal one? Because
Do I notice if like the Minotaurs are like looking anywhere specific in the building, or like if I notice anything about like why they'd be scared of going back in there? I guess I don't want to be trapped.
Well, you could do an
Insight?
insight inside the building. Oh no, do perception.
Okay, I'll do perception inside the building. Sure. My perception's not that great. I need to memorize this. Perception is +1, so I have 16.
You hear when you're walking through the house, you hear that one point a creak on the floor. Underneath there's a rug in the middle of the floor.
Oh, I pull back the rug and see if there's anything.
There is a trapdoor there,
Oh my gosh.
Wow.
or a hatch.
Hey guys, you're gonna sleep in the place with the hatch? About to
No,
go
without
down
going
to
in there.
Goblin Town.
I think we should open the hatch,
down
right?
down to Hobya Town.
John Ice says, "Let's open it." He points his sword toward. I'm ready.
Yeah.
I was say I don't think we can open it without the awe to be able to. It's.
Yeah.
Jon Snow looks very confused. Like this is not a key.
Oh, okay.
Besides, there's not a key. You can just open this thing, and that's once per day.
We wait till tomorrow.
So they stand. There's no keyhole here.
Is that cheese definitely gone?
say,
Frozen
pull it,
large-
John.
Thank you.
Okay.
I say,
good.
oh, okay, just pull it then.
So they open it, and bursting out of it is another cardinal creature. Another one of the birds looks not identical.
Like.
They don't all look the same.
Bird-like.
A bird-like creature comes bursting out. He's a much older one, like in his 320s, and
Yeah.
screaming and yelling and acting like a crazed madman.
Mad bird.
So John Ice grabs him in like a bear hug type situation, and he's screaming in, and the Minotaur children like really back away. They're pointing at him like, ah! They don't like this guy at all.
Okay.
Okay.
This is freaky. So far, I'm freaked out.
You don't like birds?
I don't like what's going on.
All right.
Well, he seems to be restrained, right? He's not like he's not getting loose.
Does he seem hurt at all? Is he wounded
Should
or
I-
scratched?
No, he actually looks fairly okay. He's crazed. His clothes are dirty and ragged, like someone who's been down there in this building for a long period of time. But he doesn't look gaunt. While the Minotaur children do not look particularly well nourished.
Do any of us?
So
Can
he
any of us
so he doesn't
communicate with
seem
this?
like-
With
yeah,
this
what language
thing?
does he speak?
Does he speak common? Does he
How do
speak?
I?
You can just talk to him and see what happens.
Oh, we talk to him.
Yeah, he's like, get out of my house. This is my house.
Oh, he speaks.
Oh,
Oh.
he's
I
intelligent.
beat him about the face with the leftover cheese.
The other cardinal says, of course he speaks. What were you thinking?
Oh, I apologize.
I thought they just sang most of the time.
My bad. Jeez.
The cardinal ignores your racist comments, speciesist comments.
Now, listen,
I mean, do we just ask him like, what
I
are
don't
the
know
children
about
upset about?
birdkins.
He's like, they're my children. They're my children. They're mine.
Do you live here, sir?
I
This
just
is
have
my
questions.
house. This is my house. So
Why were you-
Why are they so
Walk
scared of you? What have you done?
He's like, because they're not obeying.
Wait,
He's
no,
like, they need to
were-
bring me food every day. If they don't bring me food, then I must eat one of them.
Okay, so we kill them and feed the kids.
Wow, that's messed
Are you
up.
sure you're not playing the evil
Wait,
character?
That seems like a good character.
I am for feeding the children. I'm for not child.
I already wasted my cheese. Ah, crap.
So then Jon Snow and I've been caught by my own petard. John Ice and who's the other? I have my whole list here. John Ice and Squizzic, the orc barbarian. They start slapping the guy a little bit, asking questions, and so it comes out that he doesn't remember. He's been here for a long time. There was at one point 7 Minotaur children.
Oh.
Because he used to live in the fog.
He swears he never ate one. He just threatened them with it, but he would send them out. He was afraid of the fog. He didn't want to leave the house, so he would send them out to get food. And as time went by, they went from 7 to 3
Why would they even come back to you?
because he would give them a little bit of the food.
Couldn't they just stay off by themselves and keep the food themselves?
In the fog, there was no fog. He said the fog would not come in the house.
I don't get this.
What does he know about the fog?
He's like, the fog has been here forever. And his eyes roll back.
I'm gonna search through the area down under the carpet that he was hiding in, which seems very strange for him to be hiding under the
why is
carpet.
he
So as
hiding?
you climb down there, it looks like it's pretty. Don't ruin my joke. There's like a big piles of like paper and pieces of wood, which if you were not a speciesist, you would say it looked like a nest, but you are, so it's filthy down there. Like
Okay.
the smell is
It's like a pigsty.
horrific, as
He
if
went to
you.
the bathroom down there.
Yes.
He lived in his outhouse. Under
Yes.
his house.
It looks terrifyingly bad. Roy, go ahead and make a check to see if you find anything of any
Another
value.
Perception again? I got a 19.
Okay, so you
That's pretty
find
dang good.
2 daggers.
Great.
You find a plate,
Okay.
and that's pretty much it. Most of everything else is trash. You find a silver piece
Can
that
I-
you don't even know what kingdom this came from because the imprintation on it just shows like a creature you've never
But
even
it's small.
seen.
It's not like gigantic or anything, right?
It might be a rare coin for all you know. Yeah, it's a normal coin. It's not giant like one of yours.
I'm going to try to see, like, are the daggers, they seem like normal daggers? They're not, like, magical or anything like that? Or can I tell? Can I try to...
Oh, that's an Arcana check.
Yes, I will do that.
So what are these checks that we keep doing? I'm not understanding.
So you roll the dice and you have all these different skills, and basically anything you're trying to do in the game, any of these different checks will kind of like, Tom can say, oh, do that kind of check. You're going to roll a d20 and then add your stat to that. So like, I'm normally good with magic. Not right now. I got a 7. But I would roll the dice to see, and then I would add that number, like Arcana check. I just did an Arcana check.
And I'll make a difficulty number in my head. Like, okay, that's a 10. If you get higher than a 10, you succeed. If you get lower than a 10, you fail.
That's normally around what it is. Like anything over 10 is okay.
A normal thing. Actually, Roy, since you are a sorcerer, I'll let you roll with advantage.
Yay!
Roll another one, right?
Yep.
I'm going to keep the first one. I got these boring plain
Roy,
daggers.
they seem like normal daggers. They're not even really that good quality. You think you're not an expert in weapon construction.
I bet he was planning to cut up these kids with these
Why don't
daggers.
we ask
This is
him what the
disgusting.
daggers are
We need to
for?
get rid of these.
Yeah.
He's like, for eating, of course.
Exactly.
What food was he normally brought back?
Oh, berries. There's all kinds of berries here.
What about cream?
Blueberries,
Berries and
green
cream.
berries,
So
red
he's an
berries,
omnivore.
orange berries.
He does not need daggers for berries.
Why would we eat the children?
Oh.
Children aren't berries.
He says also protection.
From what?
Anyway, this guy's super sketchy. I'm gonna say, why were you in the fog in the first place?
I've always been in the fog. Every time you ask him that, he's kind of confused. He's like, I've been here for the last 1,000 years, or I don't know, maybe 26.
How long do these
He's
birds
clearly
time?
slightly unhinged. Jon Snow says, I don't know what we're going to do with this guy. I don't want to drag him with us.
Why don't we just leave him?
But then we leave the kids too. We can't leave the kids and him.
We have an army of Minotaur children!
Bowring says, I'm not particularly fond of children. And this guy has done wrong. We probably should deal with this. And then he recites for about 2 minutes some section of the law on how to deal with people who kidnap children in the area. He says, tomorrow morning, let's tie them up for now. Tomorrow morning, we'll take him with us. We'll take him with us back.
Are you guys heading
So
out?
they're taking the
We'll
baggage.
take him back, and then we'll come back in since we already had a head start on you guys anyway.
Okay, so he's taking baggage. We take children. Is that the deal?
he says we'll take the children out too.
Oh, he's taking
and
everything.
drop them off there, and they'll be taken care of
So
by.
we're like, good.
He says tomorrow morning. Yeah, let's get some rest first because it's getting dark outside now.
Do we trust like sleeping with this guy though? Yeah. Oh, wait. Okay. Wording. Do we trust sleeping in this house with this guy?
I don't have that.
I do a little bit, but
What
I'm
is-
not good at it.
I think so.
We're talking over here.
So we're
Why y'all have an
trusting.
alliance without me?
You're part of the alliance? No.
Oh, he just wants to know if we should take the.
Aww.
He's like, aw. All right, so are we
I'm
going
not
to
good
sleep
at
now? Is that what we
I
decided?
can't do it.
So
get
you
this done?
and who's standing watch?
I'll take the first one.
I have pretty good perception though. Is that watch stuff? I have good survival too. Is that good
Yeah,
for a
my
watch
perception is only
person?
+1, so do you want to take first watch?
I don't know what my perception is. My perception is +5.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, you should be first watch.
So taking watch is 4 hours at a time. So say you start at 8 o'clock, it would go 8 to 12, then 12 to 4, then 4 to 8, something like that.
Nothing nefarious happens before midnight. So somebody.
No, that's true. I'll take the first one because at 2 o'clock the bars close.
That's right. So I'll
when
take second shift.
You'll need to, okay.
Yeah. All right.
We're in the middle of nowhere.
The Minotaur children, once the old cardinal is tied up, don't seem nearly as frightened of him. In fact, when they think no one's looking, one of them goes over and kicks him.
Okay.
I'm liking these kids a little bit.
But
He was the one in the basement. This isn't.
they immediately curl up and go to sleep. John and Squizzic, the orc barbarian, briefly says maybe we should sleep it out in the hatch. It's safer. And after being down there for 30 seconds, they're like, we cannot do this. So they close the hatch, put the rug back over it. And Squizzic says he'll have the first watch. Bowring will have the first watch with whoever you guys are sending.
Joey.
I'll be the first one.
The Minotaur
What's your
children
name?
are instantly asleep, and everyone else fades off to sleep.
All right?
All right.
Okay.
So who had the second watch?
Me.
Come on.
All right. So when you switch out, you don't see anything going. You are watching with the Squizzic, the orc barbarian, and then who's third watch?
I'm gonna be third watch. That's fine.
All right. Roy's third watch, and you are with the Felon or the Tiefling Ranger, who, by the way, doesn't seem to like you at all. But not more than anything other than she seems like she might not like anyone.
Can I be nice?
You can.
I have good charisma.
Well, go. Then make
Which
a
one
straight
are you?
charisma check, Roy. Let's see if
Okay.
you win her over with your charm.
I got a 14.
Yeah. Well, then she eventually starts telling you about her childhood and how the people in her area didn't really like tieflings, and her parents said, "Don't be a ranger. You need to be a lawyer." But she didn't want to be a lawyer.
Right.
And
Listen, I mean, you should be happy that you have parents. You know, some of us aren't necessarily as good at that, but like,
Yeah, that's the way to win people.
you know, but it's hard. You know, it's
at
hard
that
out there.
point, the conversation's really awkward, and she stops talking. Because that's
Dr.
kind of
Phil.
weird. All right. So morning breaks,
Can I
and
not have a watch?
huh?
No,
There
that'd
are
be
3
the
watches?
Yeah, I guess you
I'm
got-
good. Chill.
You
sleep
slept
all
well.
night.
Good.
Good night's
I'm
sleep.
rested. I'm super rested.
No one wakes up a dwarf.
All right.
So
luck.
as Felnor goes to wake everyone up, she screams, and John Snow, John
Nice, nice.
John Ice is dead,
Wait, who's that?
stabbed to death.
That's the bad guy from the nasty
No,
basement.
no. That's,
No, the cardinal is still laying over in the corner, tied up. Doesn't seem like he's moved
Okay.
at all. Although when he
the
hears
one-
the screaming, he like chuckles a bit. The Minotaur's back up. This John Ice was killed with some sort of blade.
Which one is he? I'm sorry. He's the one with the.
He's the really
He's the guy who
impossibly good-looking curly
he's the guy who
paladin.
currently has the magic item.
Okay, that's what I was asking.
Okay.
So Bullring, everyone is like, Bullring looks around and who?
Is there a bunch of blood everywhere, I guess, from this guy being stabbed?
Not a ton of blood. There's just a pool of blood. It doesn't look like. It looks like he was sleeping when he was stabbed.
All right, I'm checking these kids' hands.
Oh, okay.
Who's got good perception? Maybe
I
somebody
do.
else should do
I
that.
have
That's my
good perception. Yeah, I'll check out.
I didn't realize you were so suspicious of children.
I don't know what's going on.
See, you don't need to roll for it. The kids' hands are clean.
All right, I'm going
All
to
right.
inspect the dead body and the area around it.
Okay. Well, as you're trying to do that, Bullring says he's one of ours. We're gonna check him. They get kind of antsy about this. Then they're looking now. The friendliness that they had yesterday is starting to disintegrate because they're looking at you,
Right.
particularly the two in the middle, because of how you
Jokes
were.
on that. I've been looking the whole time. So.
I don't
Because
trust
way
anybody.
ahead.
and Fellner's like, no, I don't think any of them did it. He seems like a nice guy, and she's pointing.
Who was on watch with
the
them?
dragonkin?
Who was on watch at that time?
The John Ice. He was the first watch, right?
He was with Joey.
Yeah, he was with Joey.
Did you see anything happen,
Or
Jack?
what did you tell him?
I was reading.
What are you talking about?
I
This guy's
say-
a menace.
I say nobody came in the door.
Yeah, for
Did he
those of
seem
you who were on
nervous?
watch, there was nothing. It was
Did
quiet.
Did
You
he
were
seem
occasionally would hear a
nervous
scream.
at all when he was on watch with?
But he
with-
died while he was sleeping.
with-
No, he
Oh,
was
Dash?
super jovial.
Are you-
You guys spent time swapping stories of
Oh,
fights
he was
you've
on
been
watch
in the
with me.
past. Yeah.
Oh yeah, that guy. I liked him.
All right.
All right,
hmm.
Yeah.
so you said the guy, the basement guy, chuckled when he found out he was dead. Why don't we just ask him if he knows what happened?
What he saw? That's
Yeah.
He
right.
was like, every night one of you will die in this house. Every night, every hour, baby.
But don't they have doesn't that party have a cardinal too? It's like 2 cardinals in the house now, right?
Yeah. That cardinal doesn't really want to talk to the other cardinal. He's like, we're not all like that.
Oh, I thought they could
Makes
kind of
sense.
figure it out.
No.
Okay, guess not.
Bowring says this is a murder. I'm sorry, but I don't know who did this. It could have been one of us. Is there any way someone could have gotten his house? Is there more things down the hatch?
He said it could have been one of us. He's throwing suspicion on himself. I'm gonna try to insight if
Probably did
any of them look like suspicious themselves.
Okay, well the orc is pretty upset because they were very good friends, and he's like weeping a bit because him and John Ice were very good friends. He says we must bury him. He goes outside and he starts digging. He's digging a grave outside. Because it took you guys several hours to get here, so it's not going to be.
We're sure he's
That
dead
isn't
though.
carrying back.
Like, the
Doesn't
healing-
anybody have like a particularly good ability to investigate the murder scene?
I mean, I've got a
I
good
mean, I have
perception. I tried to
insight.
do
You
that.
guys have a
Decided
skill
not
called
to.
We
investigation.
have investigation. I've got.
Okay, there we go. Investigation.
Wait, where do y'all
My
have
intelligence
that?
is not that high to be able to do that.
Investigation sucks. My intimidation though is super high. So you ask,
No.
I'll seal the deal.
All right, so we use investigation, not perception, to look around. Is that
Well,
what
it's
it
when
is?
you're
You're
trying to
investigating.
question people and stuff would be better. For
Oh yeah, by the way, I forgot.
I can do that.
Roy did a good job being charismatic towards the tiefling at night, so you get advantage.
Okay.
So
I got a little poopy.
you can only ever have one advantage at a time. You can always spend advantage to get. Sorry, that's not advantage. That's inspiration. Inspiration. Unicorn poo. You can spend that to get advantage on any future die roll, where you can roll 2 and keep the higher.
Nice.
Okay, got
Okay,
it.
so you want me to? What did we say? You wanted
What's
me
your
to
investigation?
investigate, which is +2.
Okay.
Yes,
I'm
you're
Anybody have a better one than that?
No.
Who am I supposed to? He said that's for a person though. Who am I
No,
investigating?
I mean that's just
You
you
can do
trying
the
to
area,
figure things out.
the crime
you know?
scene type thing.
Yeah, I would actually check, see if anything
Also,
Are we sure it was
investigate to
somebody
see
up
if the
here?
magic item is still there.
Are we sure it was up
Which is
here? Do we
probably
need to
not.
check if the hatch was disturbed?
That's true.
That'd be perception though.
That'd be
or
That would all be
investigation. You're
investigation.
investigating.
I don't understand the difference between those two.
That's
I
whatever
just-
Tom says. I
That's
don't
whatever
know.
Tom says.
Yeah.
Okay.
Just roll the die and add that number and tell
What
him
am
what
I
your investigate
rolling?
was.
D20.
That's all
No,
you do.
thank you. What am I?
Mhm.
What number am I doing with it?
You don't get to know.
I don't know perception or intimidation.
No,
you're
it'll be
doing-
you're rolling
investigation.
investigation.
I'm doing investigate. Okay,
Yes.
that's my question.
But you don't know what the target is.
I have a 7.
You're blind.
You don't see anything. In fact, but the best you can say is it doesn't look like anyone broke in. The tensions, by the way, seem to be
Arise.
pretty high, right? Because after Squizit comes back in, he's done digging up outside. They start stripping off the armor because you don't bury. Well, no, they're not stripping off the armor, but they're like going through them. And then he gets really upset. He's like, "Where's the artifact? It's not here."
Okay.
I'm gonna try a little calming down the situation with a little persuasion, a little music.
Oh, buddy, here it comes.
Go ahead, Z. Roll.
Persuasion?
Yeah, no, do performance.
That's not bad.
I got an 11. It's not my best song.
Bowring says now is not the time for music.
I say, let's hear him out.
Grow the Cardinal's like, is one of you. Why would you steal the artifact? And
You
then
can check me, man.
he's very suspicious of Roy because Roy seemed very interested in the artifact when he saw it.
It makes
Yeah.
sense.
I
Well,
mean,
you
I
can-
just like magic things. Honestly, I have no.
They're like, will you
will
consent to a
you?
search?
Oh, great. Let me. Can I search myself first to make sure nobody planted it on me?
Yes.
Okay.
You don't need to roll for that.
Okay. Do I have it? Do I have it?
Difficult.
As far as you can tell, you don't have it.
I'd be like, sure, you can search me. I don't have it.
How specific
But I'm
of
gonna
a
be
search
very, very-
is he searching?
Very careful.
It's like a
about-
pat down.
Make
like
sure
a
that
pat
nobody's trying to plant
This is a
something on
TSA, a German TSA search.
Hold on.
So that's
I was there
different.
recently. Hold
That's
on.
different than a regular TSA
Too
search.
soon.
Roll for grope.
Felnor is she checks you and she's like, there's nothing on him. Do you want to check me? This is not a thing. This is not a thing, okay? I know it sounded like it was a thing. It's not a thing.
Well, since we're all checking each other, what I roll for that?
You know what? Let's just say everyone checks
Everyone
everybody
checks
and
everybody.
everyone's fine.
Okay.
But you're still all suspicious. No one seems to have it on them.
Did we check the crazed cardinal?
Or the kids.
We need to find out.
Or the kids?
You can.
Yes, I will.
Okay, so you
Yeah.
check
Stand by the
Check
ankles.
kids.
You then search the building. They search the building. Everyone's looking around. No one can find it.
What mood are the kids in?
The kids are just quiet because there's death. They haven't seen this before. They're like any kid who's seen death, minotaurs.
So the other kids didn't die; they disappeared.
They just never came back.
Oh, they didn't go out. They were
Okay,
they didn't
all
go
right.
out in groups. Okay, all right. Do we know for sure that nobody fell asleep during watch?
I guess not.
Could he? Have
I know I
been-
didn't fall
Wait,
asleep
which
during
watch
watch.
did the
Fall
guy
asleep.
die during?
Did you fall asleep during watch?
Nope.
I did not fall asleep
How
during watch
cold-
because I was sleeping the whole time.
How cold is the body? What time did he die?
This is not CSI.
I want to know which watch it was on.
With that I don't think anyone was good enough to know that. It seems like he's been dead for a bit.
Yeah,
Except
you're
for the
right.
first one.
Like,
Squizzic
Definitely dead.
grudgingly drags the body out, buries it. Their group goes and stands around it in solemnness.
what do we do, guys? Then we're gonna
I-
convene while we're inside.
All right.
Figure out how we.
I feel like I need to go out there.
Do we
and
let
say-
this one
say a
go?
few words.
No, don't do that.
I think we let this one go. I think we go
Do we
back
just
on the
move
path
along?
and go the other way. Keep going the way we were going.
Fosho says, listen,
Any tracks
they're
outside?
no longer a group of 5. They're going to have to leave.
Which means we can find their artifact. Guys, this is good. No, because they have
Here's what
to
I
leave.
think we should do, honestly, is they're taking the Minotaur kids and the guy, they're walking out of here. We'll pretend to walk away too, and once they're out of sight, we'll come back to the house and check this thing top to bottom, burn it down if we have to, if we don't find anything.
Okay.
'Cause that thing is spooky. It's killing
It's
people.
a
possibly.
stone building, but yes.
I want to tear it down. I'm a dwarf. I will burn the stone building down. I've seen it done.
Burn the stone building down.
I've
Stones
seen
burn
it
if it's hot
done.
enough.
I can do
That's
it.
true. Stones burn if it's hot enough.
So we know
Yeah,
that
they call
there
me
is-
Stonequake.
Okay, so you guys are not joining them at their wake?
I go out there. We
I'm gonna go pay my respects.
we
yes,
actually
yes.
go out and stand around.
I guess you
Back
actually
a little
don't
bit to be
wanna make them
respectful.
mad.
Yeah, I'm gonna pay my respects.
Not up there with them, but back to be respectful.
These guys seem
Our swords
right.
obviously are drawn.
The cardinal then, during this, does actually sing a very mournful song, which no one dare mock, because it is a time of silence. And then Bowring says, we're going to do what we originally said. He says, I think one of you is the murderer, but yay for you, you beat us. And they throw, they have a trussed up cardinal that they're carrying, and the kids are fine. They'll say, maybe we'll meet again. And they start heading back the way you guys came
That's not good
came
because
from.
they think. I mean, we just made an enemy out of them. We need to convince them it wasn't us, right?
Well, then try to do it with your.
With my
Charisma.
what?
Persuasion?
My charisma? No, I'm not very likable. That's what that.
I have a
that's
serious
what that
amount of charisma,
0
so-
means. Yeah. Why
You
don't
do?
you try to convince them? Why don't you like go hug them or something?
Oh, the cardinal sang a bad song. You sing a good one. Huh?
No.
Did you hear his last?
I do have a
song?
persuasion. I have a very high persuasion, so I could try to say, Look, if we ever we'll keep an eye out for the artifact, and if we find it,
That's
we
good.
will return it to you.
Yes, and we could
Yeah.
persuade them that they're going to take care of the kids, and we'll go get their artifact for them.
And if we find out who did this,
We will kill them.
we will kill them and bring back their head. And I
and
still
heart.
have the
I'm not
Hobie
saying
head.
all that. I'm
Yeah.
just saying, we'll find it.
Don't say it.
We'll return
Sing
to
it.
No, let's not do that. That didn't work out.
You have a pretty good charisma roll on it or something.
Go ahead, roll, Z.
What's your roll?
Charisma.
Which one are you doing? Persuasion?
That is
Oh.
22.
Oh.
You know what? Bullring's like, okay. He's like, it's still confusing. One of us had to have done it. I know 100% it wasn't me. He says, because I would know myself. I do not believe I was. He goes a long thing about how he's pretty sure he wasn't compelled or forced to do it by some means. It's a pretty boring speech.
Yeah, no, I got it.
But eventually, he and the party, they go off. So they're heading off in that direction. You guys are standing near, there's a grave, a freshly dug grave, a stone house. There's a few other houses, like I said. There's one that's like half standing in the background, but the rest are kind of all just burned or beat up.
Should we check out the rest of the city?
Yeah, we
and
gotta
the house?
check out
I think
this
we gotta
house
check
standing.
out. Yeah, I think we check out the rest of the houses.
Okay, so as you go around, check out the rest of the houses. The ones that are all beat up, there's nothing. They've been stripped by scavengers. The one that's like half standing is kind of weird because there's like it looks like a large seat of sort, and there's two skeletons that have been there for years and years and years and years that are both kind of staring at a wall. They're like both sitting there staring at a wall, just like this, just staring at a wall. But that's it. You can't find anything else in this house.
Magic it up.
Yeah, that used to be a portal.
No?
I mean, I can try and check if you guys want to see what I know about magic. I got a 12.
You don't detect any magic in the room.
It's
at
not
all.
magic.
Although actually that's a lie. You
This
feel a
is
faint
what-
sense of something magical, but you can't figure out what it
This
is.
used to be a movie theater, except the lights are off. They're just staring at the wall. It's a movie theater or something like that.
Okay.
I don't know.
Do we think something evil is here?
I'm leaning towards yes.
Is there anything else going on in the rooms? Do they look humanoid,
two-
the skeletons?
They do look humanoid,
Okay.
but again, they look really old. Like they've been there for countless years.
That's the only thing.
One's
we've
missing an arm, but that could just be decay. They're not in the best of shape.
This is the only
Could just be
building. that
old.
has
What is the
anything.
wall made of? They're staring at stone, wood.
No, it's wood. The wall.
Because the houses are stone.
Most of them are, yeah.
Can we break
How does-
through that?
How old
Would you
is
like
the-
to try that?
how old
I
is the
will
wood
grab
look?
my big old
Alright.
great sword.
All right, make a strength check.
You're very good at.
Wow.
Oh,
10 plus 6.
What?
That's not true.
That's a
It's
four.
a 4.
It's a 4.
All right, when you smash a small hole, the wall, there is like a hollow area behind that wall.
I'll hit it again. You got
Alright.
help?
Yeah, let's figure out what's going on. We're not hurting anything. No one
I
lives
mean,
No one
don't we
lives in
look
the
through the hole
house.
first? I think we should.
Are you
I'll
sticking your
try to
hand to the
help
hole
you
like this?
push
I think we should reach our hand through first.
Do it. It's in there. I sing a little song.
I don't think I'm gonna do
But it's very
that.
dark. You can't see anything in there.
Can we send
You don't have a light. Do you have a light source? You could shine it in there.
Do I have a light source?
Give me your light.
I can set it on fire.
Frosho says, "I have a torch," and he opens up his
Frosho, you're
giant
still here?
backpack.
Frosho, where'd you
Forgot
go?
about Froyo.
Completely forgot he was
Did we
here.
check
We all
Frosho
kind of
before we
jumped.
checked?
Frosho was checked along with everybody else. In fact, he earlier talked to you all. You all just ignored him. But he shined his torch in the hole. And it looks like there's a little alcove in there of some sorts, but you don't see anything moving in there.
I like
Yeah.
how
Should
All right.
check it. Let's check
Let's
it.
check
This
it.
is
Let's
weird.
do it.
All right, so you don't need to roll again. You're just going to smash the wall down.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. There's some junk, leaves and branches at the bottom, but there's also a glass eye.
Oh, yeah. I just say dibs.
Okay.
Okay.
Do we take the glass eye?
Does someone touch it?
Oh,
Yeah, Joey
oh,
doesn't
yeah.
touch it.
Oh, yeah. I'm going to.
Okay, so Joey, when you touch the eye, when you grab the eye, it feels like an eye has been ripped out of your head. And you're very disoriented for a while until you realize you can see the rest of your party with one of your eyes, but you're now looking out of the other eye.
Oh, buddy.
Oh my
You
god.
also intuitively realize that you can move the eye, and you levitate the eye and start moving it around a little.
Like
You can now see
hands free.
behind you.
Hands free.
All right. I got to roll Constitution to
But-
see if I puke.
But you
Pretty sure I'm gonna puke. Yep, I puke.
Hey, Pat, you're fine.
Probably 14.
Okay.
What is Joey seeing in the other eye? Like just the other stuff around, or is it going
He's
to like
like
another
around.
No,
round?
no, he can see.
It's like normal vision.
It's
He
like
can
another
see
eye.
out of this eye. It's a little confusing. If he covers one eye, then it would be easy to see. It's like looking out of one eye, but the eye is floating
So we
around.
can use this
Okay,
as spy
so you
on
need to
people.
replace it that way, like you have a.
How far can
You lose an eye.
I can think
But he needs
float.
somewhere to keep it.
How far can
That
a
was useless
bow
now.
fly away
It's-
from you?
Then he sees
Huh?
in the dark.
How
all the
far
time.
can he have this thing fly
Wait,
away
when
from
I
him?
do I have to be touching it to get that ability?
What
Or can I
happens when he
sit
lets
on it?
go
It's
of
like
it?
floating.
Well, you
now.
said you can make
Oh,
it
it's floating
float.
now? Oh, buddy.
Yeah, you have it like levitating. You have realized you can move it around.
You should probably try to bring it back and turn it off again. See if you can
Okay,
exist
control this.
normally and then turn it on and off.
Yeah.
All right.
Try to turn off the eye.
So I gotta bring it back.
Back to your hand. Okay, as soon as it hits your hand, boom, your eyesight's back here, and the eye is gone. As a heads up, you can only use this once per day. You're also dazed now for 2 rounds,
Oh, right.
so you're kind of out of it for a bit.
All right.
Okay.
That's pretty amazing.
I like
So
this.
where's the eye now?
It's in his hand.
But he's touching it. Isn't
It's
it?
off. It's off for a day.
So the
yeah.
first time you touch it a day, it turns it on.
If I were a wizard, I'd wrap it in a cloth.
I'd put it in your eye socket.
What is
Both his eye sockets are filled.
I have a magical eye that can float and see around corners and spy on people. What I want to do is I want it to be my real eye.
You have like you have 3
That
eyes.
makes sense.
You only need 2.
I don't have
Rip that
space
one
to move my attack for this. I gotta use it
Then
in
you
my
don't have to
skull.
turn it off though.
Or you
It's
should
not-
wrap it in a cloth. So you
He
can
has a
find
regular
straight.
eye.
All right.
He's not
wrong.
missing one.
Wrap it in a cloth, and then do I need this, or does someone else?
I don't want to touch it.
I don't know if anybody else in the party
Put it in
to
your
help them
face.
a bit more. No,
If it worked
none.
long range, I was gonna say we should send it to go spy on the other party, but it's not.
Wait,
it's not close enough.
what if we touch it while it's turned on to him?
Guess you'll find out
Like-
next time.
It only
I-
works
You know what I
And
mean?
by touching it, she means your real eye.
She's in a girl.
I wrote 3 sentences about this eye. I didn't realize I'd have to go somewhere.
Yeah, sorry. You need a doctorate for this now.
Welcome to D&D.
All right.
Okay.
Are we done in the whole?
Other than that, you look around. The path that you were on that led into this continues to lead farther into a forest, and you see human footprints, like 2 or 3, or humanoid footprints, and it looks like they're a couple days old or so.
They're going into the forest?
Yep.
So I think
Are they already coming out of the forest?
I put my hand in my pocket and start playing with my coin and kind of wandering off by myself. Which way would I go?
Down the path.
Which one? The one from yesterday?
The one
or
that has the
today?
footprints on it. It's the same path. It just came out to a small clearing where there were some
Got it.
houses. The path continues.
Okay. All right.
Just being,
So I'm gonna keep going that way.
Okay, you're
Well,
walking
Camilla's-
that way?
Yeah.
Camilla's
I'm
left
like,
y'all.
bye.
So
I don't know,
Frosho
you guys
hurries
are-
to catch up to her. He's like, "Oh, this is exciting. There's
I'm
much
like, shut
far
up,
in front
Frosho.
of."
Okay, let's go.
He doesn't really pay attention to that. He keeps talking to you anyway.
Okay, yeah, I'll go
Never
with you.
stops.
Let's go. Is this the
All
way
right.
we go?
That's the way I go.
Okay, let's go.
All right, so
All
you're
right.
walking down the
Adventure.
path. As you look around, it's getting a little bit darker. Not because it's dark outside, but just because you're in a forest now, and the trees go way above your heads. You look around, you catch a glimpse of some normal animals that you might see, rabbits and chipmunks and uchkas. But you also there are these. At one point, Frosho sees its big beetle, like the size of this. It's like iridescent blue glowing. He goes over and I think bites his hand and draws a little bit of blood. And so
How big is it?
about this big.
I step
Oh
on
no.
it.
You step on it.
Yes.
It doesn't kill it because it has a pretty hard carapace unless you like stomp on it.
I stomp on it.
Okay, you kill it and then glowing blue blood comes out, just like if you kill fireflies back in the day.
Did
Do you
you
know
use
nature?
those to like make your
Do you know
shoestrings?
what kind of beetle
glow?
that is? I'm not as good with nature.
I didn't either.
Do you know what kind of beetle it is?
You're a
Is it gonna make you go
psychopath.
insane? Roll to see if you know
But yes,
what
I
kind of
do.
beetle it is.
Do I know what kind of beetle it is? No.
No, but
3 plus
Frosho says,
something.
"I've never seen these beetles before. This is amazing." And he reaches another one. It bites him again, drawing blood. He's like,
Doesn't it?
"It seems like they do it every time you grab them." He's like, "But I'm going to need to do it a few more times to make sure."
Okay, makes sense.
All right, so we throw him in the corner
Can
with
I
the beetles.
like check him medically to see if he's okay, or like try to like what is he like under the influence of something, or
No. He's like, look, I know it hurts and everything, but I want to make sure that they always, or maybe it's the way I'm coming at. Maybe I'm coming above. Maybe if I come underneath, they won't bite me. He's
We'll go right away.
jotting down notes
so
about
we
the
joined him in
beetles.
this because we
That
might need
seems
to know.
Oh, let him
strange.
figure it out, and then he can tell us.
There's also you find various glowing mushrooms are sitting around there.
That's what he's on.
He's like, well, those are interesting, but I'll once I figure out the beetle thing, I'll start working on the mushrooms.
All right,
I'm
where are these
interested in that.
footprints at?
All right, we still following those?
Well, everybody roll for perception.
I did not.
Yep.
Mine is so bad. Don't even worry about it.
10.
18.
All right, Camille, way off ahead of you, and we're talking 300 feet or so on the path. You see a hooded figure hurriedly moving away from you guys.
Oh.
Let's get him. I don't know. You have to tell me because
Gonna
I
raise-
think that we should follow him. We should try to catch up and like stealthily try to follow him,
What
see
is
where
it?
he's going. A
I'm
hooded
good-
figure up in the distance, about 300.
Oh,
Inches
sorry. I was just
away.
dazed by the fact that this dude's letting a beetle bite him over and over again.
He'll catch up.
I've got.
He's fine.
I don't have stealth. I've got
Well,
plus
maybe-
3 stealth.
Because I've got pretty good
You said
stealth.
he was running away.
He's
You get
is
plus
he-
four.
Darting was the word, I
he's
think.
darting. So, but I think he's trying to get away.
How far away is he?
Like several hundred feet.
If I look
Oh,
that way,
it's
do I
quite a bit.
still see him or?
No, only Camilla saw him. I don't know if it's.
No,
But I
and she
don't see
pointed
him
him out to
anymore. He,
us.
like,
Like, is he
Oh
gone?
no! Yeah, that's true. When Camille saw him, he like faded. He's pretty far away, like just out of eyesight, but on the
Got
same
it.
path
Like, hey,
you're
I
on.
think okay.
I think we should catch up. What
Oh.
if this is the murderer?
She's in
I
front.
think
so-
I have really fast. Or was that my other character I built? I don't remember now.
Oh, you built multiple
Let's
characters?
go.
No, because I had to change my background, and I forget which one was which. I think I can walk like really
Yeah,
fast.
you have
though.
35, right? 35 feet walking.
But there was something.
Yeah, but running, I'm guessing, would be more than that.
Running, it was like something. There was like double when I'm doing something, and all party members have
Your
it
stealth
too,
is point
if I'm
plus
outside.
4, right? You get
Yeah.
pretty good stealth.
I have really good stealth. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, well, we're talking about what we can do. This guy's
Okay.
getting
All right, I'm
away.
gonna do
to
this.
catch
I'm gonna go ahead and do a bardic inspiration. If you're gonna be running after this person,
Yeah.
I'm gonna
There you
hit
go.
you with a little bardic inspiration.
I feel
That
inspired.
means for your next 10 minutes, you can add a d6 to any ability check, any attack roll, any saving throw, whatever.
So you're giving bardic inspiration?
Yeah.
Can I hear the bardic inspiration?
100%. You can catch up to them anytime you want. Run, and fly.
Thank you.
Did I catch
All right,
it?
you have bardic inspiration. Oh, you're booking it.
I'm booking it, going looking for it.
Are you guys going with
I'm
her?
following
or-
her
we are-
as
we're-
fast as I can, being
I'm
a
recuperating from my
dragon.
amazing performance. I'm like,
Who I'm not very dexterous.
Bro's like, oh, we're going, and he starts coming after you, but he's a little staggering a little bit.
yeah,
behind.
I'll hang with him in
We're
the
further
back.
behind.
Yeah.
I don't want
Okay.
to leave him behind, so I'll be with him in the back a little
So
bit.
you run for a few minutes, and you see nothing, and suddenly you burst out of the forest, and there's a small clearing that you're in, and you see a well kind of right in the very middle of the clearing, and there's no path that's leading from this area that you can tell at this point in time.
I want to inspect the. Well, do I inspect the area first? Oh, you said I don't see anybody. I've already looked around everywhere.
You don't see anyone anywhere. You haven't seen the
Okay.
guy since you started running.
Got it. Okay. I want to inspect the well.
Okay, when you get to the well, you look, and there's a ladder going down the well.
Have
But
they
the well looks pretty like everyone else is caught up at this point in time.
Okay. Is there a bucket or anything going
There's
down?
no bucket. There's that round thing that holds the bucket, the winch. The winch.
Oh, you can turn your eye on and throw it down the well.
But there is no rope.
Can he did that
Once
today
per
already?
day.
Oh, that was that today.
Well, while you're all having this discussion, you are shaken to the core by one of the loudest roars you've ever heard. And the ground shakes. Like literally shakes. And birds come flying out of the forest, like just flying, and something huge is coming towards you.
Holy smokes! Do I recognize it at all?
what's
Well,
the-
you know, it's not
what's-
here yet. I'm just saying something huge is coming
What's
out
the
of
weather right
through the
now?
forest.
Do I recognize the
The weather,
roar,
it's
though? Have
it's
I ever heard a
slightly
rumble like
cloudy.
this before?
Slightly cloudy.
You
so
have never heard anything like this before.
Okay, so because I looked up my Mask of the Wild, it says attempt to hide. I looked it up to see what it meant.
Do we
It
jump down the
says-
well to protect
Hold
ourselves
on, I
from
was
whatever
definitely
this
talking
rumble
right
is?
now. It says you're lightly obscured by foliage, heavy rain, falling snow, mist, and other natural phenomenon. So that wouldn't be like.
Well, you could back up into like the forest at the edge of the forest. And,
Got it, okay.
Like on somewhere and you could cast it.
Okay, so that's my question: is do we want to like kind of back up and try and hide as
Bro
this thing
should
is
try
barging at us?
hide, yeah.
Okay,
I think it would probably hide.
so that's what
I
I'll
said
do.
we go down the well.
So I is that something I cast? Wait, no, it's just something I have. It's a special Mask of the Wild. So that's just something I do. What does that mean?
Oh yeah, just
It's not like a spell. It just says I have it, like a special.
oh yeah. So roll a magic check. That's all.
What's a magic? Like,
Just roll a 20-sided die. And I'll tell you if it
I
succeeds
don't
or
add
not.
anything to it.
I have your stats.
8.
So it quivers a little bit, but it's too late, honestly.
Got it. Okay.
And out of the clearing, you see a bear. Well, it looks like a bear, but it has 6 legs. And it is 300 feet, 400 feet, huge, giant bear. Just, you see blood coming out of its mouth, and it looks like it's eaten recently. Fortunately for y'all, it doesn't see you. Camilla's doesn't hide you completely, but the bear's not looking at you. It seems to be going for something else. And it comes across the clearing near the well, and you guys standing over there shaking in your boots. Frosho is like furiously trying to draw the bear, very interested in the whole situation.
Okay.
The bear then crashes into the thing, and you can, it like smashes trees down. This thing is gigantic and enormous, and you stand there maybe in shock for a while as it recedes into the distance until everything's quiet and goes back to normal.
Did it smash the well?
No, the well seems okay. The bear kind of went around the well.
Well, at least he's.
So now we have to look at follow the bell or the bear or look down the well. So
I'm not following the bear. I don't give a like.
You
What?
said-
What are we gonna do about that bear?
So he went
We're in the
after
wild, that's
something, though. He was smashing the
Right.
trees because he went that way, not like that was his target.
Yeah,
Never
remember I
saw
said there
his
was no
target.
path. Now there is a small path that the bear has cleared out an area. It's not necessarily a path, but it's a way that you could get through the
If probably
forest on
running
that
from
side.
something or to something would probably.
I mean, maybe after that hooded figure, right?
I don't think we should be following this
Do
monstrosity.
you want to go down the well?
Yeah.
I think we should investigate.
And the well is dark.
Alright.
Did we have a torch? Did what?
We got plenty of light.
Did
And I
Fez-
can make
does
fire,
Fezzik have a
I can
torch?
throw Fire.
He has a
Put
torch,
fire.
I think.
Frosho has a torch. He says, "Oh, I have a lot of things."
Or we could rub all
Alright.
the blue
As a
stuff on him
torch.
and make him glow and stick it
So,
in
Oh, we
first.
have the beetles. Throw some beetles down there.
Frosho looks in his
They
backpack.
bite you every time you touch
Hang on, let
them.
me look through Frosho's inventory
Frosho
here.
doesn't lie.
He says, "Okay, what do you need?" So he pulls a book out. Pulls a book. He pulls out some chalk. He has a climber's kit. He puts it aside there. He finds a lamp. He says, "This is what you guys need." I have oil. He pulls oil out. He pulls out a whole pile of paper, a playing card set.
Love this guy.
He has a
Sounds
whistle,
like Zeke.
a knife.
All right. Who's going down there?
Oh, I thought he was going to go and just let us know what
I
happened.
mean, might we
No.
need some like dexterity
We do.
to get down safely?
I do have
Does it
dexterity.
It's a
matter?
And-
ladder, right? It's not like they're climbing down like.
But you also don't know what you're
Well,
going
yeah.
down there to.
I've got high athletics, and you know what? I'll go down.
You know what? Yeah, let's send Morgash.
Let's go.
Are you gonna climb down?
Yes.
You should jump
The
down.
way you asked it. Can I rub some of that
down.
glowing beetle stuff on me?
Why would you want to glow in the dark?
So I can see what I'm doing. I guess in hindsight, that kind of shows my intelligence.
This guy's an idiot.
Don't you have night vision anyway? Come on.
Oh yeah, we have dark vision, don't we, or something?
Oh, I guess the
I
dark
have
vision will
dark
work down
vision.
there.
So do
I thought I
several of us.
did.
Yeah.
Yep, I do have
Oh,
that.
maybe
So,
that's
all
my
right.
last character.
So you're climbing down?
Go on down and then shout from back from
Climbing
under
down. And I do say the words to everyone, I'll be right back.
there. Okay.
And I climb down.
Do you tell them about this your last day before retirement too while you're at it?
I can't wait for tomorrow.
Tell us a personal story.
So as
I
you're
stop halfway.
So Joey,
Without
as you're
finishing.
climbing down, it's a typical well. It's damp and mucky, and
Okay.
there's moss growing on the walls, and it looks like there's some ants and stuff. And you even see one of those beetles one time. You make sure you avoid that because
Got it.
while your intelligence is not smart, you have common sense to avoid the beetles that
This
bite
is true.
things. So when you get to the bottom of the well, did you bring a light with you or something? Are you carrying a torch?
That lamp, right?
Oh, the lamp.
Yeah, the
Yeah, the
lamp.
lamp.
Yes.
The lit lamp. So you carry the lit lamp. At the bottom of it, there is an orc skeleton there at the very bottom
Papa.
that's holding a little handbell that's glowing. There's also a locked door there.
So at this point, do we all go down with him?
Yeah, how much room is down there at the bottom of the
Yeah.
well? Do we fit?
It's actually a pretty decent sized well. Like
It opened up
it
into a
looks
room.
like, for example, when Joey's there, it looks like there was a campfire there at one point.
We should go down there.
Yeah, I think we all
Okay.
I invite all my friends.
I'm gonna climb down there and
Yeah.
join you.
Okay, so you all go down to the bottom of this
Yeah,
well?
I think we all go
let's
down,
not
right?
split the party, right?
All right. And that's a good point for us to stop.
Well,
I was about to open that door.
I know Joey's not keeping this bell and the eye, I'll tell you that
Yeah,
much.
no.
You don't get everything.
I'm like, look at this.
Okay,
At least I got to keep the all, you know?
so
I mean-
a couple things here before we end this stream. We're going to do this again in probably 2 weeks. Oh, actually, you're not going to be here in 2 weeks, are you?
Maybe.
Yeah, I don't think so.
We're going to do this again at some point. We'll
Yeah.
just keep an eye out for scheduling. We're going to do this several times over the end of the year here. If you all have like a cool, weird artifact, you can send it to me at tom@dicetower.com and I'll make sure they find it or get it somehow at some point. But it's not like just something that's interesting. I'll take that. All of you, I'm not doing experience points, so I'm just saying you did so well today that you can go to level 2.
Yeah, buddy.
Somebody
All right,
can
so-
share
How
it.
is it level two? How do I do
And
that?
I didn't
You can
kill a
check
single
I can't.
thing.
We're not gonna do that on air. That will you'll have plenty of time to take how to level up.
How do I do it? I'll
It,
figure it
it
out.
actually tells you in your class what you do when you level up. Because when you level up, everyone gets. When you level up
Nice.
to level 2, there's a lot of things that go on actually.
Sweet.
Oh dear. Okay.
Alrighty, thank you all for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. And if you just like, I wish I get back to board games, well, hang on, because that's where we're going.
Got a lot.
Thank you everybody for watching. Thanks to all the different supplies and stuff, but I bought them all, so there's that. So anyway,
Thanks for nothing.
I'm not thanking Wizard of the Coast. I bought your books twice, virtually and physically.
This is true.
You get no thanks from me. But these dice, no, I bought those too. I bought everything. All right.
Mine.
Anyway, until next time, I'm Tom.
I'm Z.
I'm Camilla.
I'm Roy.
I am Joey.
Ooh, Roy has inspiration. I was going to give inspiration. Anyone who said their character name, but y'all did it.
Morgosh,
Only Roy did it.
Morgosh.
Dang it.
I took
We'll
an
see you
eye out.
next time.